Well, hey there, folks. It's your boy Katt Williams back to spill the tea on another wild season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We're talking season 12, where the drama was hotter than a hot sauce eating contest in Hades. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta follows the lives of some of the most entertaining folks in the ATL. We got rappers, singers, producers, baby mamas, and enough drama to make a soap opera blush. More hustle, heartbreaks, and hair-pulling moments than ever before. Grab a plate of hot wings, a big old glass of sweet tea, and settle in for the ride. These folks move faster than a cheetah on a sugar rush. One minute they're friends, the next minute they're throwing shade like it's going out of style. So, without further ado, let's dive into the madness that is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12. Now let me refresh your memory on the key players in this season's drama-filled extravaganza. First up, we got the Queen Bee herself, Miss Rashida Frost. She's back and fiercer than ever, running her businesses, keeping Kirk in check, and always serving looks that could kill. Speaking of Kirk, he's still trying to redeem himself after, well, y'all know. Let's just say the man's got a PhD in messing up. But hey, at least he tries, right? Then we got the dynamic duo, Bambi and Scrappy. These two are always a roller coaster of emotions, and this season is no different. Hold on tight because their relationship is about to get put through the ringer. And don't even get me started on the new faces stirring up trouble in the ATL. We got aspiring artists hungry for fame, love interests from the past popping up like unwanted weeds, and enough side-eye glances to power a small city. It's the kind of concoction that would make even the most drama-averse person reach for the popcorn. Now, y'all know how it is in the ATL. Word travels faster than a rumor in a barbershop. Season 12 kicks off with fresh faces ready to make their mark on the Atlanta scene. We got rappers trying to climb the charts, singers hoping to hit the high notes, and entrepreneurs looking to secure the bag. These newbies got caught up in Atlanta's most notorious feuds. Old rivalries resurfacing like bad habits, new alliances forming faster than you can say peach cobbler. Buckle up, Buttercup, because this is just the beginning. Now, y'all know no season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is complete without a healthy dose of relationship drama. First up, we got Bambi and Scrappy trying to navigate parenthood. They make it look harder than assembling IKEA furniture after a bottle of wine. One minute they're lovey-dovey, the next they're at each other's throats. It's enough to give a person emotional whiplash. And let's not forget about Kirk and Rashida, the OG couple. These two have more lives than a cat. Just when you think they've reached calm waters, another storm rolls in. Speaking of red flags, some of these couples need to invest in a lifetime supply of therapy sessions because, honey, their communication skills are stuck in the Stone Age. We got miscommunication, missed phone calls, and enough accusations flying around to make a lawyer's head spin. And the worst part? These folks seem to thrive on the drama. It's like they get a weird sense of satisfaction from airing out their dirty laundry for the world to see. Hey, I ain't judging, but maybe a little privacy wouldn't hurt, you know? Then again, where's the fun in that? Half the reason we tune in is to watch these messy relationships unfold like a car crash in slow motion. You know you shouldn't look, but you just can't help yourself. It's like a guilty pleasure, like eating an entire pint of ice cream in one sitting or watching reruns of Maury Povich. You know it's wrong, but it feels so right. Now, y'all know no reality show is complete without a few overprotective mamas. And let me tell you, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has got that department on lock. These mamas are fierce, they're loyal, and they will cut you if you mess with their babies. They're like mama bears protecting their cubs. Except instead of claws, they use their words. And trust me, their words can sting worse than a bee sting. We got mamas meddling in relationships. Mamas stirring the pot and mamas throwing down ultimatums like they're Oprah giving away cars. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess that only a mother's love could create. But hey, gotta give credit where credit's due. These mamas always keep it real. They're not afraid to tell their kids when they're wrong, even if it means putting them in their place. And sometimes, let's be honest, these kids need a good dose of reality. As the episodes fly by, faster than a weave in a hurricane, secrets start to bubble to the surface like a pot of crawfish on a hot summer day. We're talking about the kind of secrets that could ruin relationships, friendships, and reputations. It's like a game of Jenga with each revealed secret threatening to topple the entire tower. And honey, let me tell you, nobody is safe. Now, I ain't gonna spoil all the surprises, but let's just say the truth comes out in ways you wouldn't expect. Drunken confessions, social media slip-ups, and good old-fashioned confrontations that would make a wrestling match look tame. By the time the dust settles, nothing will be the same. Relationships will be tested, friendships will be broken, and some folks might need to invest in a good lawyer. It's the kind of drama that leaves you on the edge of your seat, clutching your wig, and wondering what in the world is going to happen next. Now y'all know what they say, the past has a funny way of creeping up on you when you least expect it. And in the world of love and hip-hop, the past usually comes knocking with a vengeance, wearing a whole lot of leopard print and a bad attitude. This time around, it's the exes, honey. They're back from the shadows, ready to stir up trouble like a spoon in a pot of collard greens. We're talking baby mamas with unfinished business, old flames still smoldering, and enough baggage to fill a cargo plane. It's enough to make even the strongest couples question everything. And let me tell you, these exes ain't afraid to use their words like weapons, slinging accusations, throwing shade, and generally making a mess of things. It's the kind of drama that makes you want to grab a glass of sweet tea, sit back, and watch the fireworks explode. Listen, when it comes to chasing those dollar bills, these Atlanta folks ain't playing around. This season, we see them hustling harder than a street vendor on a Saturday night, launching new businesses, chasing record deals, and trying to secure the bag by any means necessary. But as the saying goes, mo money, mo problems. And honey, let me tell you, these problems are juicier than a Georgia peach in July. We're talking broken promises, shady contracts, and backstabbing betrayals that would make even the most hardened hustler shake their head in disbelief. Friendships are tested, loyalties are questioned, and the lines between business and personal get blurrier than a night out at the club after one too many cocktails. It's a wild ride through the cutthroat world of Atlanta's entertainment scene, where only the strong survive and even the closest alliances can crumble faster than a stale cookie. Hold on to your wigs, folks, because things are about to get messy. Love is in the air in the ATL, but it ain't that sweet, romantic kind. It's more like the kind of love that comes with a side of drama, a heaping helping of jealousy, and a whole lot of tangled sheets. We're talking love triangles so complicated they'd give Pythagoras a headache, with unexpected hookups, secret rendezvous, and enough drama to fuel 1,000 reality TV shows. And y'all know how it is when feelings get involved. People get reckless. We're talking explosive confrontations, social media shade fests, and maybe even a wig or two getting snatched in the heat of the moment. It's enough to make you want to grab a bag of popcorn, sit back, and watch the drama unfold like a soap opera on fast forward. As the season races toward the finale faster than a Maserati on Peachtree Street, tensions are running higher than a kite on a windy day. It's time for the reunion, that glorious train wreck where all the drama, beefs, and unresolved issues come to a head. It's like Thanksgiving dinner with your craziest relatives, but with better outfits and way more shade thrown. Imagine this, all the cast members, dressed to the nines, sitting on that stage with forced smiles and enough hairspray to build a small skyscraper. The air is thick with anticipation, simmering resentment, and the faint scent of burnt weave. The host, bless their heart, tries to keep things civil, but honey, let me tell you, that's like trying to herd cats in a hurricane. Accusations fly faster than dollar bills at a magic city, tears are shed, and apologies are offered with the sincerity of a politician during an election year. Now y'all know that family is everything in the South, but in the world of love and hip-hop, blood ain't always thicker than water, especially when fame and fortune are involved. In these last few episodes, we see the lines between family loyalty and personal ambition get blurrier than Stevie Wonder trying to drive a car. We're talking tough choices, heartbreaking sacrifices, and maybe even a few family secrets bubbling to the surface like a pot of grits left on the stove too long. And honey, let me tell you, when families collide on this show, it ain't pretty. We're talking shouting matches that can be heard from Buckhead to Bankhead, tears that could flood the entire ATL, and enough drama to make Gone with the Wind look like a quiet night in. It's the kind of emotional roller coaster that leaves you breathless, heartbroken, and reaching for the nearest box of tissues. Now, y'all know how it is in the ATL. Just when you think someone's down for the count, they come back swinging harder than a prize fighter in the championship round. This part of the season, we see some familiar faces trying to reclaim their crowns. We're talking about folks who've been through the ringer, heartbreak, betrayal, career setbacks. But they ain't letting that keep them down. They're dusting themselves off, reinventing themselves, and coming back stronger and more determined than ever. But let me tell you, honey, the road to redemption ain't paved with peach cobbler and sweet tea. It's a long, hard climb back to the top, and not everyone's going to be happy to see them succeed. We're talking jealous whispers, shady side eyes, and maybe even a few attempts to sabotage their comeback. But these comeback kids are fighters, and they ain't afraid to fight dirty to get what they deserve. Y'all know that forgiveness is a virtue, but in the world of love and hip-hop Atlanta, it's a dish best served cold, with a side of shade. This season, we see some folks trying to mend broken fences and rebuild trust after some major blow-ups. We're talking about apologies, delivered through gritted teeth, promises made with fingers crossed behind backs, and enough emotional baggage to fill a Delta airplane. But the question is, are these apologies genuine? Or are they just a calculated move to get back in someone's good graces? And even if forgiveness is offered, is it truly accepted? Or is it just a temporary truce in a never-ending battle? Only time will tell if these folks can truly let go of the past or if they're destined to repeat the same messy cycles. Money may not buy happiness, but it sure can buy a whole lot of drama. As some of our Atlanta faves start to experience financial success, we see how those dollar bills can change their relationships, their priorities, and their whole outlook on life. We're talking lavish spending sprees, extravagant parties, and a whole lot of envy and resentment from those who ain't seeing the same kind of cash flow. But let me tell you, honey, new money can attract some shady characters faster than a free open bar at a club opening. We're talking gold diggers, yes men, and friends who are only there for the perks. It's up to our Atlanta crew to figure out who's truly got their best interests at heart and who's just trying to take them for a ride. Love is a battlefield, but in the ATL, it's more like a dance floor, full of unexpected twists, turns, and dips. This season, we see some folks trying to navigate the complicated world of second chances and surprise romances. We're talking about exes rekindling old flames, friends with benefits catching feelings, and maybe even a few forbidden love affairs that'll leave you speechless. But let me tell you, honey, not all love stories are created equal. Some are destined to burn bright and fast, while others are built to last. It's up to our Atlanta crew to figure out which relationships are worth fighting for and which ones are best left in the past. As season 12 starts winding down, we get a few moments of peace and reflection. Truces are called, apologies are made, and maybe even accepted. And for a hot minute, it seems like everyone's ready to put the drama behind them and move on. But let's be real, folks. This is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Ain't no way we're getting out of here without one last dose of chaos. The season ends with a few cliffhangers that leave us wondering what's in store for our favorite Atlanta crew. Will those fragile truces hold? Will those new romances survive the inevitable drama? And most importantly, what kind of shenanigans do they have planned for next season? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. It's going to be one heck of a ride. Well, folks, we're in the home stretch now, the final episodes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12. And let me tell you, these folks saved the best for last. Remember all that drama we talked about? All those betrayals, love triangles, and backstabbing business deals? Well, the chickens have come home to roost, and the tables have turned faster than a preacher at a fish fry. The folks who were on top are finding themselves at the bottom, and the underdogs are rising up like yeast in a warm oven. We're talking about power shifts that would make a politician's head spin, come up and served colder than a glass of sweet tea on a hot summer day, and enough plot twists to make your head spin faster than a Beyoncé dance routine. Now y'all know I love a good face-to-face confrontation as much as the next guy. But let me tell you, honey, in this digital age, these folks ain't afraid to air out their dirty laundry online. We're talking about truth bombs dropped on Twitter, subtweets shadier than a magnolia tree in July, and Instagram live sessions messier than a baby's diaper after a 3-hour car ride. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, except instead of twisted metal and broken glass, it's broken hearts, shattered egos, and enough virtual shade to block out the sun. And the best part, we, the viewers, get a front row seat to all the drama. It's like having a backstage pass to the messiest, most entertaining reality show ever. And we don't even have to leave the comfort of our own homes. Just grab your phone, pull up your Twitter feed, and watch the fireworks explode. Now, y'all know that love is a beautiful thing, but in the world of love and hip-hop Atlanta, it's about as predictable as the weather in April sunny one minute, stormy the next. Just when you think you've got these folks figured out, they throw you a curveball that'll knock your socks off. We're talking about surprise engagements, shotgun weddings, and enough baby bumps to start a daycare center. And honey, let me tell you, not all these pregnancies are cause for celebration. We're talking about paternity scandals that would make Maury Povich blush, baby mama drama that could rival an episode of Jerry Springer, and enough love triangles to make your head spin. It's enough to make you want to grab a pregnancy test just to be safe. As we approach the season finale, there's a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, these folks can put their differences aside and find some common ground. We're talking about group therapy sessions that devolve into shouting matches, attempts at reconciliation that end in tears and accusations, and enough fake smiles and forced hugs to make your teeth hurt. But let's be real, folks, this is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Drama is in their DNA, conflict is their love language, and messiness is their birthright. So, while they may talk about wanting peace and harmony, deep down, we all know they live for the chaos. And you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way. Section 5. Hold up, we ain't done yet. The season finale arrives, and just when we think we've seen it all, these folks pull out all the stops. We're talking about a cliffhanger ending that leaves us speechless, shocked, and desperate for more. It's like the last bite of a delicious meal. You're satisfied, but you still want just one more taste. Will those broken relationships be mended? Will those long-held secrets finally be revealed? And most importantly, what kind of drama will unfold in season 13? Well, folks, you'll just have to stay tuned to find out. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. Section 1, and the award for most dramatic season goes to... Well, folks, there you have it. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12 in all its messy, dramatic glory. We've had more fights than a rooster in a hen house, more tears than a baby at a baptism, and enough shade thrown to block out the Georgia sun for a whole month. This season had it all: love triangles, business betrayals, surprise pregnancies, and enough social media shade to fuel 1,000 gossip blogs. We've seen friendships tested, relationships implode, and wigs snatched with the force of 1,000 hurricanes. We've laughed, we've cried, we've cringed, and we've even questioned our own life choices a time or two. But through it all, we couldn't tear our eyes away from the train wreck that is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's like a car crash, a natural disaster, and a family reunion all rolled into one glorious, messy package. Section 2, until next time, ATL. But as much as it pains me to say it, all good things must come to an end. The cameras have stopped rolling, the wigs have been put away, and those Atlanta peaches are probably starting to wrinkle a bit. But don't you worry, my dear, because you know they'll be back. Those folks are like cockroaches and reality TV. They always find a way to survive. So what can we expect from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13? Well, if history is any indication, it's going to be even bigger, bolder, and more dramatic than ever before. New faces will emerge, old rivalries will be reignited, and those Atlanta streets will be paved with even more drama, heartache, and hair-pulling moments. I, for one, can't wait to see what kind of shenanigans they get up to next. Section 3, Katt's final word, and trust me, it's gonna be good. Now, before I sign off, let me leave you with a little piece of wisdom, my dear. Life is too short to be anything but yourself. Embrace your flaws, celebrate your successes, and never, ever let anyone dim your shine. And if things get tough, just remember, you can always count on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to provide a healthy dose of laughter, absurdity, and a reminder that no matter how bad your life is, it could always be worse. You could be stuck in a love triangle with Kirk Frost. So until next time, my dear, stay fabulous, stay true to yourself, and always remember, when life throws you peaches, make peach cobbler, and then throw it at your enemies. Peace out.